Hey guys, it's me, Meteor, and here we are back to Kirby 64, taking on the final level, level 6, Ripple Star. You just love that music for this. It's very upbeat, very serious. You know something's going to be happening soon. Either way, let's begin. The first level is just a recoloring, essentially, of the first level. Kind of like an EX mode of the first level, so to speak. But not quite. Not quite difficult, but whatever. Pretty much what you want, just grab a cutter, or a needle. I always get this mixed up for some weird unknown reason. But still, that's all you need. Just one cutter. Just continue on like normal. Everything's peachy and happy-go-lucky. I like all the music notes, everything in the background. Like, look how peaceful and wonderful everything looks. Here. And not at the main city. Just like in the first level, the crystal shard is right there. Nothing much to worry about. Let's just continue on and see. Everything is exactly the same. You go in here, and instead of fighting an NZ, you fight a little saw blade thingy, which you could completely break that way. You get a crystal shard for it. Yay, we already got 2 crystal shards. That was very easy and quick. Next, what you want to do is take this little cutter. Wait, not yet. I was trying. How did I remember for a second what I was doing? I was like, wait, what ability do I need again? Ow. Well, what you need is bomb. Basically, that's what you want to need next. There are 2 places to get it. You could try getting it over. Wait for it. I thought it was a lot closer than it was. Right there. You have a very small window where you can grab it right there. I wouldn't recommend that because you could easily lose your needle and have to go all the way back for it. As you can tell, that's the spot you need it. You need needle and bomb. Unlike before, you just needed bomb. So let's grab this. Take this. And then... wow, I missed all of them. And there's our last crystal shard for the level. Very simple, very quick, but I really do like that ability, the way it turns into a Gordo. That's really neat. And that's the end of the level. And I missed anything important. Whoopsie. Either way, before you go here, let's go back in this level and grab electricity, or spark, which we most definitely need for the next level. Thankfully, it's right there for us. How thoughtful of them. That doesn't look any good, does it? Ooh, well, you see how the Kikis there in the background that you can't defeat, but yikes. That is Castle Ripple. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. That music plays throughout the entire level. Right down there, you need to use electricity to break that. It looks green, honestly, but that's because of the way the lighting is with the water. They kind of trick you that way. The only real clue you could have that it's yellow is later in the level, which you're going to see. Well, that and the fact that cutter doesn't really work on it, which you would also see later. Yeah, your entire level just has this weird, creepy music. See here, you could easily get yourself some needle. Or cutter, rather. And try to go back there, wouldn't work. You get a sandwich over here, though. That's nice. I don't really want this, though. Let's get rid of that. Actually, probably would have been a lot better than what I'm trying to do here. And we're enclosed. Man, thank goodness DDD is just here in time to break that for us. I like the way he even takes the time to clean off that small little pebble that was left behind. Because honestly, if that was me, that would also kind of bother me if you just left that there. Like, no, knock away the pebble too. But, yeah. Here you have a kind of a maze type of area. You go down here. Let's just grab needle while we're at it. Makes things a lot easier. Well, Not really, because it's makes things slower, I guess. And go down this way. If you notice, it doesn't look like you can, but you could very well float up here and get a maximum tomato. Now, you could also go... Well, we need to go down there anyway. If we go up here, though... If we go up here, fine. You can live. We can get ourselves a nice, tasty 1-up. There. Actually, wait. Hold on. I do need Cutter for something else. Give me a second to go grab that real quick. I just remembered that. Alright, so now I have Cutter, thankfully. Now you want to go over here to the left. You'll see some food you could grab, but also a crystal shard. The screen kind of stops, making it seem like you're not going all the way over there, but if you just keep swimming, you do reach that side. Kind of misleading there, because it almost makes you feel like you're hitting a wall there if you don't go over all the way to the right. Kind of interesting, but also very clever in the same way. So that's 2 crystal shards. Adelante is full health. Well, actually no, she just gives us this. Invincibility lollipop. Whee! And if you need Cutter for this spot right there. We get ourselves a nice little crystal shard. Yay! If we just had a needle, we would be able to break that for food, but that's it. And see, this little block is yellow, pretty much looking just like the ones on the outside at the beginning, so that way you would know you would need to use electricity for it. Either way, that's the end of the level. One more. Oh, that wasn't even close. One more level remains before the boss, and that is pretty much just a mini boss rush. Although not really a mini boss rush, because just a bunch of enemies. You know, I was gonna get all the stars while I can. Completion is sake. I'm wasting time, maybe. Definitely. Nope. So it only took me 3 jumps to get that last one. Gotta love this music they have there too. Very catchy. Pretty much enemies here, just going from one side to another, just destroy them all. Nothing really too crazy. Come on. Actually, I could just do this. Oh, alright, well. That wasted a lot of time right there. And it's... I wish it moved... That's the thing I feel like a lot of these abilities. Like, they're really cool, but they move very slowly, so you can't really abuse them or enjoy them like you can in modern Kirby games with their abilities. You just kind of, like, stop dead in your tracks to use anything. Oh well. Actually, here. I want this. I can just keep doing this. Whee! This is fun. Alright. Now we need to get rid of this for the next part. Each time you'll see a little room here with a piece of food and a little staircase getting near the top. The source where Dark Matter is, and you'll see something that resembles somewhat of a target. That's also a double clue as to what you want. The other clue is, of course, the colors. Fire. And needle. Grab that, and that gets you the archer ability. You want to hit the center. The center. The center. Maybe get a little bit closer. There we go. And that gets you a nice little crystal shard. Let's go to that ability immediately. And I would suggest just walking past this, because otherwise these Rockies get really annoying. They stop well more in your tracks beforehand. Then we just get rid of that. And then we have the last mini-boss room. At least I'm pretty sure it's the last one. I don't know why I keep calling it a mini-boss room. It's not a mini-boss room. Electricity and bomb. Okay, never mind. Did I even show off electricity and bomb yet? I feel like I may have, but I can't remember what it is at the moment exactly. Is that it? Mumbies, of course. What, I have to kind of slide kick into you? Alright, well, that works. Yep, there's still one more room we need to go into. That wasn't the last one. You could inhale these blocks to make the Gordos go away, or you can just float above them. That's honestly easier to do. This should be the last mini-boss room. Or, I keep calling it enemy room. Giant, large swarm of enemy room. There we go. Whee! And there we go. Yay! That's our third crystal shard. And this room looks awfully dark. Oh, NZ's dropping as well. That looks mysterious. Huh. And you can even see the dark, ominous outside in this room. They're all just eating that casually, like no problem at all. And thus, we have the final boss. Now, I got all the shards in this file. However, I didn't get it in my practice file. There's one I intentionally missed. That's the... Hold on a second. I'm kind of facing my computer screen, and I have the sensor bar over my actual TV that's playing this, so there's that. I'm going to go back to my one file. Now, you'll remember in the first level of Ripple Star, there was one shard by itself that you could just grab easily. I skipped that intentionally because I wanted to show off what happens if you get the bad ending and you don't collect all the crystal shards. So, let's start. And I'm not going to show off the fight. I'm going to save that for the finale next time. But I will cut over to when I do defeat it, and you can see the ending. So, let's see. Alright, so we meet the boss. Everything clears up. Everything's fine. Everything's dandy. Dark Matter gets fled away like nothing. Yay! We win! There are even fireworks to celebrate. I love how Queen Ripple just kind of like knocks off her glasses by shaking her head. They get a nice loving handshake. Good for them. Deity's eyes. Oh, you're so sad to see them go. Bye everyone. Hope you enjoy peace over in Ripple Star. Death Stare. And of course, that's what happens. And we see sketches of all the characters in the credits. Non-colored sketches, just like small little regular sketches kind of thing. So kind of cool to show off anyway, to see the pre-sketches before they finalize stuff. Or maybe they stylize that intentionally. But you can see all the different bosses and everything. It's kind of neat. There's HRH staring menacingly between the towers. Good old Waddle Dee being himself. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see the sketch art here. And nice little picture of Queen Ripple there, staring at herself, wondering what on earth is going on. She didn't look very good like herself. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Acro, maybe? But yeah, it's a fun game. And it's kind of funny how they gave a bad ending. A lot of people I remember when I did this Let's Play originally 10 years ago, before the internet spoiled literally everything about everything ever, some people legitimately didn't know there was a good ending of this game, and some people were surprised to see that there was, in fact, an extra ending. And so some people just played it, like, I even seen in internet forums, people played the Kirby 64 thinking that was it, thinking that the ending, that is a creepy image when you think about it right there. That's very unsettling, but that's another story there. Yeah, some people thought that the glare was hinting at a sequel, which, of course, never came. Anyway, that does it for this episode. So next time in Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards, we'll be beating this game proper. See you guys next time.